Roll the dice, run for your life. Roll the dice, run for your life. Hello and welcome to another Starmen Just Watched. I'm Devin, with me is Billy.
Woo!
And we watched Uncanny Annie.
Yeah, this was... Okay, so this is weird. It was a movie.
Okay.
But...
Yeah, I'll try to explain this better. So this is from a TV series called Into the Dark.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a horror anthology TV series where they do these short films each episode. Because this is an hour and 20 minutes, which is closer to a full-length movie.
Yeah, so...
Of this caliber. But we saw a trailer for it just one day, and it piqued our interest because it's basically horror meets Jumanji.
And you know what?
And I was like, Jumanji on its own was a horror movie
too. I was really young, so... What the hell, right?
Man, I thought Jumanji was fun. I didn't find it horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, I'm weird.
Yeah, that's you, Devin. Looking like...
What, were you scared of Jumanji?
Actually, no. Huh?
Exactly!
Oh, some of my friends were.
Yeah. Well,
Man, we were freaks, weren't we?
Yeah. Well, some of your friends were pussies, that's all I had.
Yeah.
No, it's... So, horror in Jumanji meets, and... Like, the premise already has you hooked. If you like Jumanji, you'll probably like this movie.
Oh, yeah.
This, however, didn't do anything really over the top or new or different in my mind. A lot of cool effects and a lot of interesting scenarios, but as Billy put it during the movie, it's like Jumanji meets I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, because we get that plot point, right?
Yeah. When you get to that plot point, you're like, oh god, they're doing that.
I'm like, damn, I hate...
Like, you could have kept it at just being in the game and not have to really worry about the character's backstories.
Yeah, like that's the one... That's my little nitpick.
Yeah.
What?
Because there's two stories and you didn't have time to really flesh out two stories.
No. Just have a good horror game, that's all you need.
Yeah. I've seen that done so many other times. Like, The Midnight Man is a great movie for that. Where it's just a game you play and your life is on the line for the stakes.
Nice.
Or Bloody Mary is another good one. But it's those types of things where you play the game thinking there's nothing really to it, it's only a dumb game, and then the stakes get real.
Then.
And then you gotta try to survive this. This also had a hint of Krampus to it.
Yes, we both pointed that. We both noticed that, right?
Yeah, where you're stuck in an alternate universe of this creature's design.
Yeah.
With Krampus, it was a frozen wasteland, but with Uncanny Annie, it's just pitch black around the house. And then the Jumanji rules are just basically you gotta do what the cards say. If you don't, you gotta do the punishment card, which is a mischief card or whatever they called it. And that's usually worse than the original thing.
Especially with the prankster.
Oh yeah, the prankster is great. And it just felt like you could have done more with the board game aspect of it. And why you just decided to shy away from that and do a I Know What You Did Last Summer plot.
Well, yeah, like it's just felt unnecessary.
Unnecessary and didn't add anything to the characters. I really didn't. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't grow attached to any of the characters.
No, really.
No. Alright, so I guess we kind of covered the simple plot.
Yeah.
So, and the story beats, it's a horror movie, what story beats do you want?
Yeah, right?
We're having a party on Halloween to honor the death of our friend who died mysteriously in 16 inches of water after a night of drinking. We're going to play some board games, because that's what he liked to do, play board games, like Sellers of Catan, or things of those nature.
Yeah. And then the one of us like, wait, what? Like, why can't this one have characters humanity exploding?
What is exploding kittens? It's people who like kittens and explosions.
I love that.
Yeah. I was like, I played all of those.
Yeah.
Even the ones they mentioned beforehand.
No, like, good props. Good.
Well, it's not hard to do, Billy. You can just look up a list of board games. At least they didn't do the cliche like, oh, we played Monopoly and Clue.
Oh, yeah, those.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But these are games that maybe you might not know.
Actually, you'd be surprised. These are more common than you think. These are this generation's Monopoly, Clue, and all the common ones.
Oh.
It's just you've been out of the board game scene for a very long time.
I'm so I'm out of touch with what the young folks are up to these days, damn it.
I like to keep track of the young folk. Wait. Alright, moving on. So, yes, they're going to use more modern board games that people have probably heard of. Because, I'm sorry, this day and age, if I mention Monopoly or Clue to the newer generation, they'd be like, what? That's Grandpa's gaming. Anyway, so props to them for getting more active games. Moving on. So, obviously, we get the Uncanny Annies in the list of board games we brought up from the basement. And everyone's like, I don't know that game. It must have been here when the house was here. I was like, well, maybe, like, if a board game that you don't know,
Google it!
maybe Google it.
It's like, I will.
First thing I would have done is I've never heard of Uncanny Annie. Let me look that up. You have phones right there.
Like, oh, there's also like there's no record of this game ever existing.
Yeah, we ain't playing that. That must be someone's homebrew game that I don't even want to get into. Is that someone's personal stuff anyway? Even if it isn't a haunted board game. There's a whole lot of nope.
Nope.
But now, of course, we're gonna play it, otherwise we wouldn't have a plot.
Yeah.
So let's flash back before this, because we get the opening scene.
Yeah.
Where Pete's a
This
guy.
guy is one
There's a delivery guy. I don't care what he is supposed to be, but he looks like a delivery boy that got lost.
And just running, and Andy gets him.
Yep. And all we get is like, you broke the rules, and then horrible death.
And just dragged away.
Yeah. You hear him screaming and being dragged away, so you can only imagine what's happening to him. And we meet our cast of characters. I think Peter, Michael, Craig, Evie, Wendy.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't remember the last girl's name.
No. Grace?
Grace, yeah. I was like, it's Grace or something like.
Yeah, because Wendy, Eve, Grace, Craig, and Michael. I don't know which. Was it? Oh yeah, no, yeah, Michael and Peter, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, like no, there was three guys and.
Yeah, there's 3 guys, 3 girls.
Yes,
We had a split between genders.
Yeah.
Good for me for remembering most but one.
Yeah, not bad.
I pay attention to the horror. And I don't want to spoil anything, but the survivor, I didn't peg her as the survivor.
No, I thought he.
We're not going to name her.
Yeah.
Just to keep that mystery going.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, well, guess what? It's one of the females.
Yeah.
We have a final girl, so there.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. But no, I wouldn't have pegged her as the survivor.
No.
Anyway, we'll get on to that later. Spoilers and everything. Let's move on because the plot, like the game. Let's go into the game actually. So, how the game is played. Do you remember the setup and rules?
Hey, you've an hour to do the challenges, the spell his name, and put it back in the box.
Yep. That's the general back of the box premise.
Yeah.
So you get these tokens, the Annie letter tokens, by completing challenges. Complete 5 challenges, you spell out Annie, and you put her back in the box, and the game's over. If you fail a challenge, or you don't want to do a challenge, you have to draw a mischief card, which you must complete. And if you don't, it's probably death.
Oh, yes.
And if you do complete it, you don't get a token.
You just
survived. Yeah.
That's your reward.
That's your reward. And the timekeeper is, there's a card that just says Annie's portrait on it.
And it's like rotates.
It slowly turns towards you.
Yeah.
And once it faces you, that's time's up.
Yeah. I like that. That is creepy.
That was creepy. I will give them props for getting that done. Instead of just having like an hourglass thing or something weird timekeeping thing. I was like, oh, so if you pay attention to that card, you can kind of tell you're running out of time, but at the same time, you don't know how much time you really have. Which also plays great for this storytelling, because then the people at home be like, well, didn't the hourglass run out like an hour ago?
Yeah, like, geez, guys.
Where's the hourglass at now? It's still at half?
Oh yeah, we're on movie time logic.
Yeah. Like, as much as, like, you couldn't really do anything else with that, I do like that they prevented that with just an what's the word I'm looking for? An unmeasurable amount of time. You can't really tell exactly how much time you have. You just know you're running out.
Yes, there you go.
So props to them for that. I'm trying to think anything else that I can give props for. A lot of the effects are really good.
Yeah, like
Death appears like multiple times.
Yeah.
And the Black Shadow Wispy Death is one of my favorite ideas for Death.
I can see that being.
Yeah. I don't know what he's using. He's using like a little pickaxe or something.
Yeah,
like,
he drags it around like on the wall, right?
Yeah. It's not the scythe. He's not traditional Death, but at the same time, he's like convenient handheld Death.
Yeah.
He's just got this little pick or something. Something he can just like stab you with.
Yeah, and plus it's easy to like carry and like get through doors.
Yeah, it's like this is for the modern age.
Yeah.
Where he has to get into small houses.
Yeah. It's like that's like, come on, yo, paint as jump, take
a scythe around and then like swinging around a house. Not happening. And we mentioned the prankster, but the prankster's got a really good fun design.
Oh my god, yes.
Creepy old man. And yeah, that's all you needed.
Yeah, that's all you can say about him.
And he's a chaotic creature of sorts. He pops in and out.
Yeah, I think he only appears twice.
He appears twice.
Yeah.
Both Death and him appear twice.
Yeah.
Which I was like, you could have added like 2 more characters to cover.
Yeah.
But
fair
again,
enough.
I think this has a low budget, so you don't want to
like blow it on like
special effects and costume design.
Right.
But it was just that there wasn't very many threats to Annie's game. It was like, oh, it's Death or the prankster. Or Annie herself.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I will give props, they made Annie very creepy.
Yes, holy shit.
I love that every time she moves, she makes a creaking noise.
I know, like
a wooden doll.
I know, you really like that, right?
Yeah. And it's a small little girl.
Yeah, like,
you can't get any creepier than that.
Small little girl.
Alright, so I guess we kind of went over things we liked.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else you want to add.
Well, okay, the hide and seek game.
That was good.
Yeah.
That actually had a lot of tension behind it.
Yes. One of the most tense moment of the movie, probably that.
Probably that, where they're playing hide and seek with Death.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Awful deaths.
Yeah, I love that. We noticed that at the end. I was like, oh wait, that's not one death. That's like 4 death split into 4.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. And you have to avoid any of them. And I love how vague the rule is. You got to find home, touch home before death catches you. And they're like, what the hell is home? The board, I guess?
Yeah.
I was like, you're taking a lot of gamble on the board being home. What if she, like, put in, like, a little house somewhere
Yeah.
that she had to find?
Like, like a little Monopoly hotel or something.
Yeah! Anything else for things you liked about it?
Yeah, anything else?
Okay, things we didn't like.
Like I said,
The double plot really wasn't a smart idea.
no.
It kind of felt like you had the Jumanji horror movie plot, and then you didn't know how to really, like, make
It
characters
was like,
that would fit in that.
right?
So you did a second plot to write backstory for a group of characters to hang out.
Right? Like,
And I'm like, it's a board gaming night. You just need it.
yeah, you don't need a backstory.
You just need friends hanging out on Halloween playing board games.
Yeah. And that's it. Like,
Yeah. Wasn't hard to figure that out. I understand you want to personalize the characters a bit so that people get attached to them, so when the death happens,
yeah, you
feel a little bit. But this was definitely going to be a movie where you were never going to get that kind of connection with characters.
right?
The only one I felt kind of bad for was Grace.
Yeah.
Throat slit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
Because she was actually trying, she felt like she was the newest member of the group.
yeah.
And had no idea, like, the interaction between anyone. And she just wanted to survive.
Yeah.
And she's like, we just gotta keep playing the game, guys. It's the only way we're gonna get out of this, play the game.
Yeah. Really felt bad for her.
Yeah. I was like, she didn't know what she was signing up for.
Everyone else.
Everyone else had baggage brought into
Yeah.
this, so I didn't give a shit at that point.
The other two guys were smart. They left for a party.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. We start with them playing D&D, and then the other two guys going off over to a party.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so those guys aren't coming back, or if we do see them, they're gonna be dead.
Post-credit scene. What the fuck happened here?
Yeah. Other things we didn't like about the movie.
Not much.
Really not much. The dual plot didn't sit well with us.
No, and like I said, and plus it's a short movie, so like they didn't have to drag a lot of stuff. So
No, it didn't drag. It got straight to the point. It could have got a little quicker to the board game. This would have been another one of those, if you just had them sit down and play a board game for Halloween.
Yeah.
That's their tradition for every
right.
Halloween.
Just wasn't too much of a build up.
Yeah. Too much build up for too little pay.
Right?
Yeah. And the cliche of I'm the girl that's been banging your boyfriend,
Yeah.
and we watched your friend die because we left him at the side of the street because we thought he'd be okay. And that's also why I dumped my current boyfriend, is because I was going to cheat on this other guy.
Yeah. And so went to hook up with the Santa guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So fucking.
It was just unnecessary teen drama.
Yeah. Right.
Alright, final thoughts then, and we'll wrap up.
No, I mean, not bad. Like, I am confused with watching the other ones at some point.
Yeah, this is actually a TV series I'd be interested in seeing. It feels very on line with Channel Zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you love that show.
Yeah, I love that show. I was upset whenever that didn't get renewed, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I was taking creepypastas from the internet, and it was doing amazing things with it, but eventually you're going to run out of good creepypastas to do.
Scrape at the...
And you're scraping at the bottom. But with that, though, we'll call the episode here, so thank you all very much for listening in. And until next time, have a good one.
You broke the rules.
Son of a